Long day. Two more days till I see the doctor. We'll see what's going on with me. I don't feel depressed today. I feel okay. But I want to keep that, in check. So I'll take the advice somebody gave me and I'll do that. On a good note, the 16th is my next hike. And it's going to be a 6-mile hike. I'm pretty excited about that. I think it's going to be a 6-mile hike. Moderate. So it's going to be, I know that doesn't sound heavy, but I have a feeling it will be. From what I was told, it's a leg burner, but worth the view. Well, that sounds amazing. If that's the hike we go on. I feel like every one that I've gone on, I've taken somebody in recovery. And that's pretty cool. Except for the last one was somebody from my home group and my kids. And now my daughter wants to start partaking in this. So that's exciting. It sounds like a blast. This one will be a vacation day. So I'm literally, for the first time in my life, ever, I'm going to get paid to do this. And that sounds cool. Actually get paid to do the hike. So yeah, I'm excited about this. It'll be the last hike, probably, maybe. Yeah, it's the last hike before I have a year clean. So then I can sit here and say that I really did what I had to do. And then once that happens, I think what I'm going to do is start planning them ahead of time. Destinations. I like all of next year. Because some of these hikes I can't do in the winter where the weather's shitty. And so I'll have to put some of these on the back burner. I don't know how I'll do adventures. But the winter is going to be mainly focus on making enough to get through. Like, winter's a battle because I have 3 birthdays in November. I have 2 birthdays in January. I have Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, etc. It's just like this. But then all of that happens and summer's around the corner, and so I'll get my last tattoo. I'll do my last hike for my 1 year. I'll be able to fit in maybe 1 or 2 more hikes. I don't want to do too much going into, I think September is going to be the last month for that because I need to focus really on taking, I'm going to start saving in September. So by the time December hits, I'm not stressed about Christmas. That's stressful. Last year it was stressful, but at least this time, like, because last year I had rent and then I also had another rent. I was paying 2 rents, so I won't have that going on. But like, I could either sit here and like stress about summer almost being over, or what I can do is appreciate, like, August is a summer month, so appreciate the rest of this month. So maybe I'm just future tripping and I don't need to be doing that. And there's still the other stuff, the meetings, the gym, all that stuff, so none of that's going to change. then I could still do hikes. I can still do that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna go on a mountain when it's muddy, and so I'll have to just play this by ear. Yeah, 23 more days. It's pretty cool. I've counted up all the way to this point of counting down. And when I look back, man, it's pretty cool. When I look back and I think about all of the stresses and all the stuff that I had over this last year, it's a lot. I really have overcome a lot. But more importantly, I was able to find myself. And a version of myself I didn't know existed. I never thought in a million years I'd be somebody who wants to go on adventures and hike and do that kind of stuff. And now I can say that I do that. That's something that I do. I don't know, how much time I have left, but I know I have, let's say I have 20 years. That's a lot of years of being able to do some stuff. If I have that. But even 10 years. If in the next 10 years I can gather up all of this and say I went here and I went there and I went here and I did this, and man, what a way to go out, What an amazing way to go out. Hopefully this time next year, I'm like, the trip is paid for, and I'm excited and I'm nervous and I'm scared, because I'm about to go, on a plane and get out to a cage, be underwater with those things. And who knows, maybe I'll do a couple of them just to see how it goes. Put it on my TikTok. When I look at my social media, the way it looked my whole life to how it looks now, I didn't really do much my whole life. And now I'm doing much. See what my drive looked like going home. This view that I constantly for years have been driving by. These clouds and trees and all of this. And to finally tell myself that I'm doing something to really appreciate where I live. I'm learning, because I'm doing this, to really love this state. And I've been here for so long. 20 years. And in the 20 years I've been here, I've appreciated what's out here for the last 3 months. It's wild how something like that can happen. Check this out. If I was doing a road trip and I got to see this, and I'd been living in the city for my whole life, I'd be so excited. that I'm here with the mindset I have now. And I take it for, like, I've taken it for granted, like a lot of things I've taken for granted my whole life. I've taken for granted everywhere I've moved to. Arizona, I never went to the Grand Canyon. I visited Arizona, my sister had me visit, and I got to see Sedona, and I'm grateful that she did that for me. That never really sparked anything for me because of the situation that I was in, because of the mindset I was in. Like, if I were to see Sedona today, with where I'm at mentally today, God, I wouldn't want to leave. But I'm really learning to appreciate this state. I get why my sister loves it so much. For me, it was just a place. This is the place that I found a way to raise my kids. This is a place that I found a way to make an income, a career. It's just all this stuff around me. But also, this is the first time in my life that I've been alone, where, like, I don't have somebody at home. And after all the stuff that I've gone through, like, being alone at home is not something I'm afraid of. I mean, I'm not technically alone at home. I've got the littles, and my son lives with me, and my daughter lives with me. It's almost like it was set up that way. I never thought I'd be a person who wanted a truck. Like, I never thought that. I just never have been that person, like, who wanted a truck. And I get it. I get why people want trucks. They want trucks so they can go do something. Whether they do it or not, I don't care. I get why you would want one. The functionality, the being able, like if I had a truck, I'd be able to do, like, to go anywhere. And this is the state, really. Like, of all the states I can think about, and I've never lived in Montana, and I don't know what Montana looks like. This is the state where you own a truck and you got a 4-wheel drive, and I know everything about trucks because of what I do for a living. I know how they function. I know what they do. I know how the 4-wheel drive system works. All of that. And yet, this whole career, I've never had a desire for one. I bought one, and it wasn't for me. And now I have this, like, small urge to own one. So if I decide I want to go freaking Yakima, or I want to go to wherever, there's some really cool TikTok videos that I watch of people that are, like, in the north, in the Cascades, and they're in, the Olympic National Forest, and all of these things that I feel like probably you need a truck for. It'd be nice to have something like that. But, like, as a daily, I don't see myself, but having one just on the side. So if I decide, hey man, let's go. I'm teaching myself that it doesn't have to be this 3-month or 4-month plan trip so I can go do something. I can say, okay, in 2 weeks I got Sunday, Monday off, and we can do it on Monday. I'm yet to do, I'm just touching the surface. I'm starting small, kind of like the working out and all that stuff. I'm yet to plan a 4-day trip, where I get off of work, the shit's packed up, we head out, we get there, we spend the night, and then we go trek. And it's like multiple days of trekking. I can't wait to do something like that. I'm looking forward to something like that. That sounds wonderful. That's camping, right? Like camping, like you got your backpack and your tents in your backpack, and you just hike up to the whatever point, open up the tents, and this is where we set up shop. We're nowhere near the frickin' car. That sounds like camping to me. Wake up real early, take a couple shots of the area that we slept in, and then head out, go further up. You know, a day to get up to a spot, and then wake up in the morning and just keep going. I want to do that. I almost said once in my life. I want to do that. We're just going to leave it at that. I remember when I moved to this state, I was like, there are no freaking buildings. What am I doing? 20 years later, I'm like, man, I'm so glad I did this. It took me that long to have like an appreciation behind it. So yeah, this journey continues. Man, this video ain't even about recovery, is it? It's about like the things I want to do. But like, if you listen to my videos, if you watch my videos, go back to the beginning and then listen to this one. Different mindset. Just a different, like the ideas that I have. You can see, if you watch them all, you can see the progression of like what's opening up in my brain, what's opening up in my my perspective of like what can be done. I just wanted to get clean. I didn't want to be, you know, miserable anymore. I have a video on my phone of me I recorded myself so miserable. That's saved in there for a reason. I almost deleted. And I thought, no, keep that. And that one can be the real beginning of this whole chapter series, or whatever you want to call this. And you know, somebody used to tell me, what's your hobby? And I was like, I don't got time for hobbies. I have a hobby now. I found a hobby. A couple, you know, working out and going on these hikes. I can say I hike. I go on adventures. That's a hobby. It's a wonderful hobby. I get tattoos. Those are hobbies. I got all these hobbies now. I got friends now. And my kids look at me differently now. They talk to me differently now. So, yeah. Things are getting a lot better. They had to get different first. As they say, it gets different before it gets better. But it ain't worth it if it ain't getting better. And it's definitely getting better. And the most important thing is I'm not beating myself up because of all the lost time. Sure, I just said a minute ago, man, 20 years later, but I'm not saying that with resentment. I'm just saying, like, it's like this, wow, it took me that long. What a journey. How many hours have I recorded doing this? This is a hobby. The possibilities are just endless. Like I can see so many different things that could happen. Like ending up in places that I never thought I'd be at. And now that I have gotten a little taste of this, I know I want to do that. So, yeah, just a little check-in 23 days left. Really wasn't that bad of a day.